All right, and we're back for the second game of our double header tonight. The game probably just got underway, so we'll head right on over. We'll talk very, very briefly about these teams, but this is going to be a real good one tonight. We're going to have the Dinnerbell Darlings versus the Masters of MAML, Doug the Minotaur versus El Nubarino, Dwarves versus Elves, a classic style matchup in the game of Blood Bowl. Let's take a look at the standings real quick. In Division A, the Arendelle Icebreakers currently in first place with a record of 2-0-0. The Blood Isle Thanes, coached by Duke Lamorne, a Necro team, 1-0-0 is their record. The Masters of MAML and the Dinnerbell Darlings each in third and fourth place respectively with a record of 1-0-0, looking to go up 2-0-0 in the competition. And in Division B, with their win tonight, the Dead Presidents, my team, the Undead team, will advance into first place. They have a record of 1-1-0. They're followed closely behind by the Halfling team, Clypheus, apropos of Nuffle, a Halfling team. And in third place, the Friendly Neighbor Kaiju, coached by Merrick, a Lizard team. Alden Bruno says, we're getting ready to start our game. Fair enough. So this is Dwarves versus Elves. You can see the Dwarves have a TV of 1560 versus the Masters of MAML. They have 1710. That's it's 150k that will be going back to Doug the Minotaur. I mean that's wizard money. That's wizard money. We are playing. Oh, I haven't updated the name of the stream. Let's update the name of the stream. There we go. There we go. That's wizard money. Cleffy says, man, that is crazy TV for those elves. Yeah, they're very high. Both of these teams have been in the season since Competition 1. The league format allows you to run different teams in different competitions. But, of course, the longer you run the team in the season, the higher your TV can potentially get. And these are two pretty high TV teams. The Dwarven team, coached by Doug the Minotaur, has only lost once all season long, and that was the Chaos Cup Championship. He lost that to Sweet Bunny. He has a lot of block on that Dwarven roster. The Dwarves are very slow, they're very resilient, and with block, they're very scary. Masters of MAML, Dark Elf team, sometimes they're called the Running Elves, but really they can pass, they can run, they can do it all. He's got the Witch Elf. Does he have both Witch Elves? We'll see in just a second. He's got a number of very powerful positionals, but being an Elven team, he has to stay alive. Dark Elves are more resilient than most Elves. Most of the players have an AV of 8 instead of an AV of 7. Doug the Minotaur picked up a bribe and picked up Barrack Farblast, the star player here. He's a secret weapon. He's got Hail Mary Pass. He's got a strong arm. But the reason he's a secret weapon is that cannon. That's how he shoots. That's how he passes. So we'll a Dwarven team with a passing game. I'm here for it. Let's go. Masters of the MAML are going to set up a defense here. They're setting up with an anchor defense to start things off. 12-player roster for the Masters of MAML. 13-player roster for the Dinnerbell Darlings. The Sorceress. You can see these Witch Elves come with Frenzy and Dodge and Leap. Or, I'm sorry, Jump Up. So, Frenzy means after they take a block, if it results in a push, which is any result other than attacker down, right? Other than a skull or a both down result, they have to follow up and they have to block a second time. This can be great to get more dice on your target, but can also be troublesome if that follow-up puts you in a bad position. So you have to be very, very diligent and be very careful with setting up your frenzies. It also means that unless you have sidestep, the wide zone, or these sidelines here, they're off limits. You got to be careful. Frenzy with 2 blocks, that's 1. If you're here, that's 1, that's 2. You've just been surfed. You have to be very, very careful. Doug the Minotaur with the security gate. There'll be no riot or pitch invasion this evening. 2 games, 2 security gates. Here's a high kick. Dinnerbell Darlings had an opportunity to pick this ball up, but you know what? Meal Deal was there to recover anyway. Here we go, turn 1. Very shallow kick here by El Marino. Didn't have a kicker, so that was luck of the draw. 2-die block on the line. Gets a pal. Look at all this guard he has as well. Lots of, Dwarves have block. He has lots and lots of guard. That means all of these players are lending assist, no matter whether they're marked or not. Dwarves get very scary around mid-TV as they start to pick up more and more guard. Compare that to an Elven team where you have a few positionals that you can level up, but often you'll find your linemen just can't survive past level 2 or 3. It's a push. 2-die block on Trapjaw currently. Final lineman to attempt to block down here. 2-die block. This will work due to the block skill. Still has a blitz on the table. He's positioned the ball back to mid-pitch on his own 6-yard line. Remember, he's got Barrack Farblast, the star player thrower, which really changes up the game plan against a Dwarven team. Normally, you just need to stay in front of them because they're very slow. They don't have a passing game. But with Barrack on the pitch, now he does. Dinnerbell Darlings picked up a bribe with their inducement money as well. That means we will probably be seeing some fouls so long as it doesn't pull his formation out of position. We'll see what he wants to do and when he wants to do it. .50 seconds to go here in the first turn of this game. The Dinnerbell Darlings, again, undefeated. Save for 1 game this season. They're looking to keep the streak alive. So far, so good. They won their first game in week 1. 2-die blitz, thanks to the assist from Barrack Fireblast. He's going to get the knockdown on Ramman. He's looking for a 9+. Had to follow up due to that frenzy skill. Moves the player up on the line. 5-man offensive line. Turn 1 back to the Masters of MAML. 1 player stunned in that first offensive strike. Watch out for Paul Funyon here. He's level 3. He's picked up Stand Firm. That means if he gets blocked, he can choose whether he wants to get pushed back or not. So he can stand in place and just control the pitch. 2-die block on the Coleslaw. Gets a pal here, looking for a 9+. Doesn't get it. Starts the turn with a blitz. He-Man with the tackle skill, tackle on the gates, dodge. He's not going to get a lot of use out of that in this game this evening. The only player with the dodge skill on Doug the Minotaur's team will be, of course, Guac Holiday. Where are you, buddy? There you are, the runner. Good dodge by number 11. That AG4 means every positive dodge is a 2+ dodge. Masters of MAML, trying to figure out what to do here. They know the standard Dwarven tactics, but may not be familiar with how to play against Barrack Fireblast. We'll see if he's got something in mind here. Dinnerbell Darlings, of course, if they can score by running, they will prefer that. Passing, one of, if not the most risky action in the entire game of Blood Bowl. And that is for the simple fact that you are rolling so many dice. You're rolling at least 2. Often you're rolling 3 dice. Good knockdown on the ball. Paul Funyon blitz. He'll advance forward to mark the level 4 blitzer Duncan. Dinnerbell Darlings cage up on their own 2-yard line at mid-pitch. We're going to see a Barrack Far Blast foul. We are. 3 assists on this foul. Let's go. Wow! Cannon right to the face, but doesn't break the armor. What sort of cannon is that? Doesn't get called off the pitch. That'll be the turn. Turn 2 for the Masters of MAML. See, Doug using this Dwarven team to mark. He wants to mark a bunch of players. Good positioning on these marks. When you get on either side of a player like this, this means anywhere this player wants to go, these are all minus dodges. There's going to be a minus modifier applied to the dodge. This is good positioning to basically pick off players and try to keep them out of the drive. You'll see him do this a lot. He's definitely going to go for those marks because he wants to get as many blocks as he can on a turn. Otherwise, you'll see the Masters of MAML try to hold him to a blitz every turn. But if Doug the Minotaur can at all help it, he's not just going to take marks. He's going to try to position his team where he can effectively eliminate players without actually having to remove them from the pitch. Blitz to start things off. 2-die blitz gets a push on Wyatt Burp. He's the number 13 Longbeard on the left side of the pitch. He's just in front of this cage. Doesn't follow up. Good call here. Remember, look at this. Guard. If he follows up, he will not be negating assists from a follow-up block. Takes a mark on number 12. Still just a 1-die block unless he pulls somebody in. And he is. He's going to get a 2-die block now with Trap Jaw. Gets a push out of it. Let's see if he follows up. He does not. Elvin Bruno trying to maximize his dice here. He wants his die rolls. He wants to roll as large of a die pool as possible, provided it's in his favor. That's what he did here to set up the 2-die. Tries to dodge away. Can't use the dodge skill due to the tackle skill. Tackle negates dodge. Dodge does a couple of things for you. It keeps you on your feet on a defender stumbles result when you get blocked, but you also get a free reroll when you fail a dodge. Couldn't do it in this case. He's not going to spend the reroll. Turn Dinnerbell Darlings. Number 13 Longbeard Wyatt Burp is going to take a block to kick off turn 3 and get a stun. Very good stun here. We'll see if he can capitalize on this by perhaps taking out Skeletor. Problem is he doesn't have, well, no, there is no problem. I thought he was marked. He's not marked. He's going to pull in a guard player. He's going to lend the assist both against this block here on Trapjaw, but will also lend an assist against Skeletor. Advances one space forward with Paul Funyon. 3-die block. decides not to re-roll this. Not with just 2 re-rolls. This will be a push result. But Skeletor has sidestep, so he gets to decide which space he's going to get pushed into. And it's not necessarily backwards. Sidestep means that you choose, and it can be any adjacent space that you like. Chooses to go backwards, though. He doesn't want to get picked off. Sidestep effectively makes you safe from a surf. So if you're here and I come at you this way, normally that would be a surf. However, you can sidestep this way, or you can sidestep this way. Really, in fact, you can sidestep this way and this way as well. So really, the only way you can surf a sidestep player is covering all these spaces, or some combination of which, covering 4 of these 5 spaces, and then moving in for the block. But that's a lot of players to dedicate to a surf. Might be worth it if it's a Wood Elf team and you want to take a War Dancer off the pitch, but otherwise, you got to think real carefully to dedicating so many players to removing one piece. 2-die block gets the push against He-Man. You can't knock He-Man down. He has the power. I do like the theming of having He-Man next to Tila as opposed to... Oh, he had Evil Lyn, didn't he? He's got Tila and the Sorceress now. Fair enough. Second foul. 2 assists on the foul. Pow! Got a stun out of it. Did not get called off the pitch. One assist on the foul, sorry. General So was marked. Got the assist from the Coleslaw. Turn 3 back to the Masters of MAML. Doug the Minotaur slowly shifting this defensive line to the left. You can see he's set up his offensive line here. He's trying to sweep around and control this side of the pitch. Hank the Ranger says, I once saw He-Man get lightning bolted and he just raised his... Bravo. He just raised his sword up and smiled. Don't cast lightning bolt on He-Man. You will not like what happens. Two-die blitz on Butch Casserole. Gets a push out of this. Was really looking for more here. Butch Casserole with the stand firm skill. He's going to stay put. And now Whiplash is marked. He does have a strength of 4, which means it's in his the return block's in his favor currently. It is not necessarily going to remain the case. 2-die block on Ardville. I'm sorry, 2-die block by Ardville against Paul Funyon. He also has stand firm. He's going to get knocked down. Setting up these 2-die blocks. This is good. This is good action where good coaches recognize how to do this and take advantage of these multiple die. Frenzy follow-up. Oh, rolled into a skull. He's going to re-roll this into a push. Lost the assist there. Had to follow up due to Frenzy. Had to take the follow-up block, and now it's only a 1-die because it's 3v3. Spent a re-roll to keep the drive alive because he wanted to action. These 3 players took another 1-die block. Wow. Can't follow up due to Fend. Now the Masters of MAML are down to just 1 re-roll for the half. GFIs to mark Guac Holiday, the number 2 runner. He's on the back right corner of the cage. Masters of MAML trying to shut this cage down. Turn 4 to the Dinnerbell Darlings. The defense encircling the offense. Can the offense punch their way out? They do have a hole. They have a hole right here. And they can also make a hole, right? They can make a number of holes. They can make a hole here with a block. They could retreat if they want to, but I don't think so. Seven-man shield in front of the ball carrier currently. A block's coming on Tila. Advances Queso build forward. He's the number 12 Longbeard. Here comes the blitz. Two-die blitz on Tila. Gets the POW. Tila will get to decide where she goes, but now Wyatt Burp's looking for the 8+ on the armor break. He got it. Got an injury on a Witch Elf. And it's a groin strain. She's going to miss the next game. Huge play. Well done by the Dinnerbell Darlings. One-man player advantage now for the Darlings. Targeting these high-dollar players. Took out the fragile Witch Elf. And she is out for the rest of the game and the next game. Well done. Oaks the Jolly, welcome to the stream. I want to see some elf death. Who doesn't? He demands death. We'll see if Nuffle will will it so. "26 seconds left in turn 4 for the Dinnerbell Darlings. They're going to reset their cage. They're hanging out on the opposing 2-yard line. Another foul. Gets called off this time. He's going to spend his bribe here. So long as he doesn't roll a 1, he'll be fine. Or maybe he might be thinking about not doing it. All right, there it is. There's the bribe. Barrack Fireblast is going to remain on the pitch. The bribe has been spent. So unless the player advantage gets pretty great, that's probably the last we see of the bribing game. Both down results. Merman with the wrestle skill means both players will go down, but neither will roll for an armor break. Otherwise, Guac Holiday would have remained standing due to block skill. Good block on the number 59 Whiplash. Final turn of the first quarter, Masters of MAML on defense. Boot Polish says, "I want to see Kevin's death." It's always fun when you see a high level player get murdered. Dead Freddy says it would be good for the league. We'll see if Kevin Bacon dies tonight. Oh, that's a sentence I don't want to I don't want to take it out of context. Turn 4. 30 seconds have passed here for the Masters of MAML. They have 1 reroll left for the half. They went aggressive on trying to encircle the cage here. They've locked down a number of players on the rear of the cage here. They're going to stand up Whiplash. He's deciding what to do with Merman, whether he wants to stand him back up or he wants to dodge and reposition him. Stands up Trapjaw. He's on the left side of the pitch. Stands up Furlane, the number 1 lineman as well. Furlane's not a master of the universe. Who's that? Gets the assist on Paul Funyon. 2-die block on Paul Funyon. It's going to be a push or a both standing result. But remember, if it's a push, Paul Funyon can... Yes, indeed, he can stand firm. Takes a second 2-die block on Paul Funyon with Duncan. Whoa! Takes... Oh! Takes the dodge. 2 dodges to the uphill block on the ball carrier. Gets double pals. Where's the ball going to scatter? Unbelievable. That's not where he wanted the ball to be. Wow. Went for the YOLO blitz. Got double pals on the 2-die uphill. Well done. Takes a 1-die block against Queso Pill. He's going to get the knockdown here. Chain push onto the ball. The ball scatters out of this quagmire. But the Masters of MAML really don't have any reasonable way to recover. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man. Tries to dodge Duncan away. Fails to dodge. Is he going to spend a reroll here? I don't know if he does. Yeah. That'll be a turnover. Merman. Merman is in some trouble. First the block on number 11. It's going to be a stun. Good stun. Merman's going to get punched in the nose for his audacity. Boopaw says, I think the sorceress has channeled her inner tree. She's a bird. Birdish. Bird adjacent. Yeah, there's the block on Merman. Gets a great stun out of it. 50-50 catch with Barrack Fire Blast. He's not going to spend the reroll on that. The ball's going to scatter 2 spaces forward. It's now on the Masters of MAML's 6-yard line. 2-die block on Skeletor. Going to be a dodge push here. How is that a knock? Oh, he has tackle. It's not a dodge push. Well done. Gets a KO on Skeletor. I believe that's a 2-man player advantage at this point. 1, 2. Yes, indeed. 11v9 on the pitch in the Dinnerbell Darlings' favor currently. Blitz on He-Man. 2-die blitz on He-Man. Got the POW. Knocks down He-Man. Can't break his armor. He-Man doesn't wear a lot of armor, so that's impressive. Has a 2-die against Argphil. That's the AG5 lineman. Here it comes. We have both standing results. Good pickup by Guac Holiday thanks to sure hands. And Dinnerbell Darlings have caged this ball up on the opposing 6-yard line. That'll be the turn. Turn 5 back to the Masters of MAML. Their turn to go here in the second quarter of the game. They're down to 1 reroll for the half. 0-0 ball game currently. Masters of MAML, instead of trying to just stay in front of the Dwarven cage, they said, you know what, he's got Barrack Fire Blast. I'm going to try to encircle this offense. I'm going to try to stop them dead in their tracks and go after the ball. They were able to knock down the ball carrier briefly, but now the Dinnerbell Darlings are back in possession. 2-die block on Butch Casserole. Gets the knockdown. Can't break armor. These dwarves, almost all of them have an AV of 9, and they have thick skulls. Very hard to remove them. The sorceress gonna move in to assist on the block against Paul Funyon. Hasn't stood up He-Man or Duncan yet. Stands up Duncan for the stand-up blitz. Gets the POW on Paul Funyon. Will he stand firm? He will indeed. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 spaces left for He-Man to move if he wishes to. little over 30 seconds left in the turn. Takes a one-die block on the blitzer meal deal. Gets a pow out of this. Breaks armor. Gets a KO. A Dwarven KO is always something to rejoice. Well done. And now a one-man player advantage for the Dinnerbell Darlings. Got the KO on the one-die block. Moves Trapjaw back into the safety position to try to keep his defensive formation intact. He's got 3 players split off from the formation currently. Doug the Minotaur is trying to press his way through this defense. He might just reset over in the right wide zone. We'll see what he decides to do. Seconds into the turn. No action yet by the Dinnerbell Darlings. Remember, Barrack Farblass is a secret weapon. He will only stay on the pitch for the remainder of the drive. After the drive is over, the ref will wise up to the fact that he's got a cannon on his back and call him off the pitch. Boot Polish says, which is least likely in this lead? A gutter dodge, 2 GFIs in a row, or a Dwarven KO. That's a tough call. Barrack Fireblast is going to advance to the opposing 16-yard line. Looks like he's going to try to cage up around the 14. Probably blitzing Trapjaw. Guac Holiday. He's indeed going to advance to the 14-yard line over in the right wide zone. Here's the blitz on Trapjaw. 2-die blitz. Gets the knockdown. Looking for a 9+. Dark Elves are a little more resilient than other elves. Dead Freddy says 2 GFIs. 2 GFIs for sure. Each GFI has a 900% chance of failure. That's 1,800%. That's how probability works. 2-die block against Kevin Bacon. He's level 6. Thinking about a reroll here. He says, nah, I'm good. It's going to wrestle him down. Or not against Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon. Oh, there you go. There you go. GFI's failed 900% of the time. Dinnerbell Darlings are going to spend the reroll to get the mark on the Sorcerers. Turn 6 back to the Masters of MAML now. Kevin Bacon, the level 6 runner, not in possession of the ball this time. I think Doug the Minotaur is probably okay with that. He says, Guac Holiday, pick up 3 SPP, why don't you? Dinnerbell Darlings are in scoring position currently. The runners have an MA of 6. He will not have to GFI if he runs straight down pitch. You can see he's marked as many players as he can. He doesn't want the defense repositioning in front of the cage. Remember that it can be unintuitive, but remember that this distance is the same as this distance, even though literally they're not. Literally the diagonal is longer than the straight. And so often for new players, they'll intuit that. They go, oh, I can see that that's longer. And they'll just think that something's out of range diagonally when it's not. So 3, 4, 5. He's going to have to cover a lot of pitch with his players if he wants to stop the score. Two-die block on Paul Funyon. Gets the POW this time. Looking for a 10 plus. Doesn't get it. Gets a two-die block now on the Sunday Kid. Gets the knockdown here as well. Has to follow up due to Frenzy. Still has not blitzed. Is he saving that for Trap Jaw? I think maybe he wants to dodge Trap Jaw away. No, he's going to take a two-die block. Queso Bill. We get a push out of this. Doesn't follow up. He's got nobody left to really stop this score unless he YOLOs into this cage. And Dead Freddy says, clearly the play is to foul Kevin. Boot Polish, for the league's sake, says, I'll send my whole team to foul Bacon if only for the league. All right, he is going to blitz with number 15. Front right corner of the cage. He will get the knockdown here, so he's going to follow up and mark the ball carrier. Has to stand up Ram Man. Is he going to dodge him away? No. Gets a two-die block on Butch Casserole. It's going to be a push. But that's going to be a stand firm result. That'll be it. Turn 7 for the Dinnerbell Darlings now. If they get the knockdown on number 15, they probably try to stall this out for another turn. Guac Holiday blitz. Guac Holiday with the block skill. He's going to get the knockdown. Dinnerbell Darlings free to score now, but with that knockdown, yeah, they'll reposition, cage up, and hold out for one more turn. Holiday gonna hang out on the 24-yard line on the sideline. Well done. There's that protective cage. This all but ensures the touchdown. And now he's just gonna eat up space. So just in case the Masters of MAML want to get cheeky, he's gonna exert tackle zones here. He's already got okay. He already has all of this space here. Two-die block gets the POW on Merman. Breaks armor, gets a stun. It's not gonna matter. Turn 7 back to the Masters of MAML. Can they go after the ball carrier? Sure. Doesn't he have a jump player somewhere? I could have sworn he had a jump player. There he is, Duncan. Duncan, is he thinking about the leap, or not jump, leap rather. Is he thinking about the leap blitz? He could do it. He could mark the back corner of his cage. He'd have to leap into the 22 space though. Otherwise, he's got to get a player in on Barrack Fireblast as well. He says too many L survives. The Dwarves are in trouble. Masters of MAML, El Numerino here, looking for a way to get this leap blitz working. It'll be a one-die leap blitz, block versus block. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's GFI blitz. Might be his best shot here. But then Duncan's in danger. Duncan's in real danger. Trying to do the calculus here on whether it's worth it or not. He's going to go for a blitz. It's going to be an uphill blitz. Go for the leap. Good leap. Makes it an uphill. That's not going to cut it unless he re-rolls this. He does. Wow. Wow, my goodness. I think that's our first TD on the opposing turn. Would you call that a safety? Like an opposite safety? Cleffy says, could he not land in the space to surf him? He couldn't. But took the uphill block on a defender stumbles result. But Guac Holiday does have the dodge skill. He's a blodger. he's going to get pushed into the end zone. Eric Farblast gets called off the pitch. He'll be out for the rest of the game. Doug the Minotaur is going to set up most of his team back on the end zone with just one turn remaining. There cannot be a riot due to the security gate. 3 players on the line, one of which is his Mighty Blow player with guard. Masters of MAML, unless I don't think there's a one-turn setup here that they can do. They're not going to be able to score because again, a riot is out of the equation. So they can get some blocks. They can get some blocks on the line, and they can pass for some SPP. Here's the kick. It's a it's a blitz. I think the Dinnerbell Darlings will stay put. Yes, indeed. It's a touchback. Masters of the MAML will put that ball in the hands of somebody that he wants to get some SPP on. Maybe Arkville. Arkville might be a guy that they do. Whiplash is an option. We're going to put it in the hands of the Sorceress instead. Final turn of the first half. 3 blocks on the line. Blitz is out of the question. He's going to start with a pass for some SPP. 2+ pass to 2+ catch. Well done. Gets a point of SPP on the Sorceress, and now time for the blocks. Two-time block into double skulls. Stays alive. That'll be the half. 1-0. The Dinnerbell Darlings are in the lead, but they're going to be on defense here in the second half of the game. Masters of MAML can score very, very quickly. But the question is, how quickly do you score? You're up against a team that a very, very bashy team. The more you go up against them, the more players you're going to lose. Do you try to win this game by scoring early and then trying to get the ball back? Or do you play for the draw? Oh no, they don't get back the killer player either. Knockout rolls at 50-50 on the stage. Doug the Minotaur setting up with an anchor defense. He's going to spread this out. He's got to screen out these elves to keep them from scoring. He might go with columns. We'll see what he decides to do. Nope. He's going to stagger this defense into these long L shapes. Let's call them long chevrons. One-man player advantage currently for the Dinnerbell Darlings. Very, very tricky when you're an Elven team and you're down at the half to figure out what the right play is. To win, you got to score fast, and that gives you ample opportunity to get this ball back. But then you're putting the ball back in the hands of the other team. We might see the Masters of MAML try to stall for a couple of turns by actually moving backwards. They'll confront the Dinnerbell Darlings here unless the Dinnerbell Darlings don't take the bait, but even so, they could stall and then try to move forward just to eat up a couple of turns. But if they're going to do that, I think really they're going to want to engage at mid-pitch and not give up all that territory. But it's tricky. It's tricky. You don't want to give the opposing team enough time to score themselves and win this one 2-1, but you do want to give yourself enough time to score. The problem is in getting the ball back. Oh, both teams get an extra reroll. We'll take that. 4 rerolls a pop, I believe. 3 rerolls a pop. Turn 9 for the Masters of MAML. Shallow kick by Doug the Minotaur. I wonder if that was intentional. He doesn't have a kicker. .30 seconds into the half. El Numerino trying to decide where he's going to go with this opening turn. Player in front of the ball. Moves Arkville, the number 9 lineman, forward to the 12-yard line. Duncan, the number 10 blitzer, trying to set up a protective pocket around the ball. Boy, that ball being so close to the line of scrimmage is scary. He's going to engage right at the line of scrimmage. Good call here. He's going to go for a pass. Well done to get this ball back to safety. Leveraging that high agility to pick up that ball that was in a precarious position. Passes it back to his own 12-yard line. 2+ pass or 2+ catch. Well done. 2-dive block. It's double pals on the line against the left defensive tackle. Second block on the line. Gets another pow on the soyest of Rogers. Breaks armor this time. Gets a stun. Still has his blitz. That will almost certainly be against the biggest Ragu. Here it comes. 2-die mighty blow blitz. He's going to get the knockdown. Can he break armor? If he does, it's going to get a +1 to his armor or his injury roll. Needs that 10+. He broke armor. Oh, only got a stun out of it. Got the +1 on his armor roll. He sends Ram Man down pitch to threaten the pass. 5 men on the line now. Turn number 9 for the Dinnerbell Darlings. Darlings marking all of these line players. That's what he wants to do. He wants to set up for some blocks. If these linemen are going to dodge away, he wants to make them roll some dice to do it. 2-die blitz on Ram Man, gets the foul. Doesn't break armor. Moves Guac Holiday forward. He crosses over from the left wide zone back to center pitch. The Coleslaw, the number 4 Troll Slayer, is going to line up right behind him. Shifts General So back to mid-pitch. He's the middle linebacker now. Turn 10 for the Masters of MAML. Doug the Minotaur, 18-0-1 this season. El Nuperino, 11-2-3. Boot Polish says surf. Probably not due to Guac Holiday being in position. Well, maybe he does. I don't know, man. Your last Witch Elf just throwing her out there is scary. But maybe he does. Maybe he does. I mean, it's a removal, right, on a Dwarven team. I think it's going to be a trade because of the Coleslaw. But we'll see what he does. And if it is a trade, it won't be in El Nuperino's favor. Yeah, he's going to move the Sorceress down pitch. Takes a mark on General So. Two-die blitz on General So. Gets a push. Decides to follow up and keep General So in place. Remember, those Witch Elves are AV7 versus AV8. There's a huge difference between the two. If you think about a 2d6, there are more ways to roll 8 and higher than there are to roll 9 and higher. Two-guy block on the line gets a push against Queso Bill. He'll be able to get another push out of this. Or, I'm sorry, another block out of this. Who does he want a Mighty Blow block with He-Man? Is it going to be the Sunday Kid? Looks like it's going to be the Sunday Kid. Ah! Rolls into a skull. Re-rolls it into double skulls. That's going to be a turnover. Took the one-die block. You take enough one-die blocks, they're going to bite you. Re-rolled into a skull. Two-die block on He-Man's both standing results. But another block coming up by the Sunday Kid. Going to take it on Whiplash instead. Gets the knockdown. Well done. It's going after that strength 4 player. Takes a mark on the Sorceress. If he blocks down number 10 with Duncan, we'll probably see the Kevin Bacon blitz on the Sorceress. We'll see. We'll see if he applies any pressure to Arcthur as well. That can be a risky proposition for a Dwarven team. But the left side of the pitch, the left wide zone, is wide open currently. And he's going to take the block on number 10. He's going to push Duncan out of the way. Kevin Bacon has a crack at the Sorceress. Alright, he's going to apply some pressure here. He's marked Trapjaw, but on the other side of the player. So he's between the ball carrier and the lineman currently. Here's that blitz on the Sorceress. 2-die blitz. Gets a push. He's going to re-roll. Yes, indeed. He's going to re-roll this. This works out due to the block skill. Can he get an 8+? Oh, she's got wrestle. It doesn't work out. Well done. Turn 11 now for the Masters of MAML. Great pickup on the Sorceress. Wrestle keeps her alive longer. Russell's a good pickup on a low AV player. You might be saying to yourself, well, why don't you pick up block? Block works with both down results. The problem with block is you're going to remain on your feet. So if your opponent is able to get a second block off on that player, he's rolling more dice. He increases his odds of knocking the player down. With just 87, chances aren't that great that you're going to stay on the pitch. But with wrestle, you're going to get knocked to the ground. You don't make the armor roll, neither does your opponent, but that's fine. You just want to stay alive. And now that you're on the ground, you can't be blocked again. You, of course, can be fouled, but fouls are super risky because there's a 1 in 6 chance that the ref is going to call the fouling player out and call him off the pitch. $50 seconds remaining. Turn 11 for the Masters of MAML. Trying to figure out what to do here. Jump up by the Sorceress. Jump up skill means that when you stand up, it doesn't cost you 3 MA to stand up. So when she's knocked down, her movement does not get reduced to 4. It's still 7, and that's why she's able to move so far away. She's on the opposing 22-yard line now. Is he going to try the pass? Let's see. Where can he get? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's the best he can do is a long pass. Fails the GFI. He's going to have to spend a re-roll here. He doesn't want to give up the ball. And there, it didn't have the re-roll for the pass. That's going to be a turnover. Was he out of range on the pass? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it was going to be a long bomb if he didn't GFI. He was just trying to make it a long pass instead. Had to spend the reroll on the GFI. Didn't have the reroll to make the pass safe. And now the Dinnerbell Darlings are going to try to secure this ball here. We've got a 2-die block on trap draw. Double skulls. That's not going to cut it. Rerolls into a pal. Both teams with 1 reroll remaining. El Reno hoping for another double skull roll. Well, that's a double pal roll. That's no good for the Masters of MAML. Minute 20 left in turn 11 for the Dinnerbell Darlings. Now that they don't have a reroll available, action order is critical, and he's trying to figure out what his action orders should be. In this version of the rules, you can only use 1 team reroll a turn. In the current version, the BB 2020 version of the rules, you can use 1 reroll per die pool. Because we're talking about D6s, that really changes the odds. Well, I mean, between the 2 versions of the rules, of course, but also in this version of rules, even so, if you have a reroll, the odds are very different as opposed to not having a reroll. Good KO on Landman. For a 2-man player advantage? Or a good KO by Landman. Let's see. 2v3. Oh, it might just be a 1-man player advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Two-man player advantage for the Dinnerbell Darlings. The easy example, of course, is the 50-50 roll. If you need a 4+, it's a coin flip. 50-50 chances of getting the roll you need, but if you have a re-roll, that suddenly jumps up to a 75% chance. Two-die blitz, gets the pal on Argfil, or he gets the knockdown anyway. So the defender stumbles as a result. Argfil does not have the dodge skill. Decides to follow up. 2 players on the ball now. Good pickup by General So, the blitzer. Two-die block by Heaton will be both standing results. And that'll be the turn. Turn 12 back to the Masters of MAML. And suddenly, they find themselves on the back foot here. They're down. The score is 1-0 in the Dinnerbell Darlings' favor. If the Masters of MAML end up tying this ball game, it'll be the first draw for the Dinnerbell Darlings all season long. Trying to figure out how to get at this ball. He might not get it this turn, but he's trying to figure out how to set up to get it fairly soon. The more turns that go by, the more that Doug's going to be able to regroup these drawers. And with all that block and all that guard, the Masters of MAML are absolutely not going to want to have to contend with that. Plus, the Dinnerbell Darlings being in the lead, there's no pressure to score. The pressure is just to keep the ball contained and secure. Stand-up blitz by Duncan. But where's it going to be? Is he going to try to dodge first? No, he's going to try to leap. Landed on his face. 1 reroll remaining. His leaps are a 3+. Lands on his feet. Uphill block. Rolls into a skull. That is going to be a turnover. So the YOLO leap blitz didn't work out. Doug, the Minotaur, and the Dinnerbell Darlings are not going to have ample opportunity to secure this ball here. Not with double skulls! Oh! Nuffle giveth, Nuffle taketh away! Doug, the Minotaur, rolling into quad skulls, and now neither team with a reroll for the rest of the game. Masters of MAML with an opportunity to try to get at this ball carrier. But can they do it? Their high-strength player is very out of position now, but he could do a 2+ dodge. Yeah. Breaks armor. Gets a great stun out of this. I imagine we'll see a 2+ dodge with Whiplash to try to blitz General So. He doesn't have a reroll, so if he wants to do this, he's got to do it now, but he might not stand up Duncan. Oh! Oh, he took the 2-die. Oh, he took the 2-die against Butch Casserole. So now he doesn't have the 2-die blitz against General So. Is he not blitzing this turn? Or is he not blitzing the ball carrier? He could try a 2+ dodge with Duncan. 2+ dodge into a mark on General So. But then the biggest ragu would be marking Duncan. Duncan probably wants to be his ball carrier. All right. So he gets the 1-die block instead, but he got the POW. Where's the ball going to scatter? It scatters into a favorable position for the Masters of MAML. It's a 2+ dodge to pick this ball up. 2+ to a 2+ pickup. Failed the pickup. And the ball is going to scatter right back to Guac Holiday. Oh my. Good 2+ dodge. Failed the 2+ pickup. Turn 13 for the Dinnerbell Darlings. They take a mark on Duncan. Duncan is the obvious blitz target. Here it is. 2-die blitz. Gets a push. Has to follow up due to frenzy. Another 2-die blitz. Or 2-die block. It's another push. Duncan's going to stay on his feet. But he's been pushed into another block by the biggest ragu. I think the Dinnerbell Darlings might go for the ball pickup first due to the lack of re-rolls, but we'll see. Well, I mean, it's a better odds to take the block, but we'll see. Shielding off Duncan. He's got to go for the ball pickup first. Oh, it's not better odds because he has sure hands. Well done. In place. Takes a block on Merman. Merman's going to get wrestled to the ground. That's the turn. 3 turns remaining. The Masters of MAML have another opportunity at this ball. They can really only get a 1-die block on Kevin Bacon. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could get a 2-die block. Sorceress could come in for the 2-die block, but then he needs to get somebody else in position for the frenzy follow-up. Or he could just take the block with Duncan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, boy. Tough decisions. Probably wants to take, if he's going to take the blitz, probably wants to take it with Tila due to the wrestle skill. Takes a 2-die block, it's a push. Back at the line. The Soyce of Rogers. Get back, push back 1 space. He's got a lane to move He-Man down pitch if he wants, but he's got to get Stinkor in a position somewhere as well. Takes a mark with He-Man. He's negating the Guac Holiday assist. All right, looks like he's going to take the blitz on the ball carrier here. 2-die blitz with Tila. I'm sorry, with the Sorceress. No. Oh, he leapt. Oh, my goodness. What? He takes an uphill block. Takes an uphill block. It's going to be a push result due to Fend. He can't follow up. Oh, he wanted to use strip ball, but maybe didn't realize Kevin Bacon has sure hands. Sure hands negates strip ball. He can dodge with Duncan. He probably doesn't want to. Good dodge to mark Kevin Bacon. I think the Sorceress needs to get into the action here. Another good dodge, this time by Merman. And the Sorceress is going to get pulled in here to mark Kevin Bacon. I think that'll be the turn. He might dodge Whiplash, but that's a scary proposition. We'll see if he does. He might be fine with the mark. Yeah, turn 14 back to the Dinnerbell Darlings. 3 turns, 2.5 turns left in this ball game. No re-rolls remaining for either team. The Dinnerbell Darlings in the lead, 1-0. They're in possession of the ball, but for how long? Kevin Bacon. Currently a 1-die block against Teeler. Wow, gets the pow on Duncan. That'll be a 2-die block. Well done. Well done by Doug the Minotaur. Gets the pow on Duncan. He has to follow up. And now he's got a 2-die block on the Sorceress. Not Teeler, the Sorceress. Two-die block back at the line. It's going to be a push against the number 1 lineman. Moves the Source of Rogers into position to try to break apart this contingent of elf linemen. There's one down. Still has Paul Funyon to move. Still has General So and still has his blitz. He's going to take the blitz on the Sorceress. This is going to be a push result. Wanted to push her away. Couldn't use the both down result due to wrestle. I mean, he could have used it, but he didn't want to get knocked down. Moves General So into position to get the mark on Trapjaw. And now he has... well, I guess he's always had the 2-die block on Trapjaw with the ball carrier, Kevin Bacon. Still has Paul Funyon to move, though. He'll do that first. Yeah, there he goes. Trying to get him back in the action. 2-die block on Trapjaw. Gets a push. He will not follow up. And that will likely be the turn. 2 turns remaining in this ball game. Turn 15 for the Masters of MAML. They desperately need to get this ball back. They also have to end this turn in scoring position. They are there right now. They've got 2 players, 3 players in scoring position currently. 4 players in scoring position. But they desperately need to get this ball back. They have no re-rolls. They can take out Guac Holiday, take the blitz on Kevin Bacon. Oh no, he went after the Source of Rogers first, rolled a skull, and that's going to be a turnover. Turn 15 for the Dinnerbell Darling. Trying to free up players, rolls a 1-die block against a skilled player. It didn't matter. Either way, it's going to be a skull. An attacker down result. Will stay on the pitch, though. What a scrum this is. I'm going to eat after the game. I'm going to eat ginger snaps. I'm going to eat some ginger snaps. Doug the Minotaur thinking carefully of where this ball needs to end up and where his supporting teammates need to end up around the ball. Over a minute with no action here in the penultimate turn of the game. Dinnerbell Darlings trying to stave off the draw. .30 seconds to go. He's simply moved the Cole Slaughter, the number 4 Troll Slayer, over in the left wide zone. Going to set up a cage on the 8-yard line. Food Polish says turn 16. Kevin Bacon death to a touchdown. We'll see. We'll see. 2-die block got the pow on Stinkor, the number 16 lineman. Looking for a 9+ here. Didn't get it. But still, that's a player who can no longer score. Two-die block gets another pow on He-Man. I believe this is going to take him out of contention as well. He-Man can no longer score. Just 2 players left in scoring position. Still has his blitz. Here it is, Queso Bill. He's going to take the blitz on Argthil. It's going to be a both standing result. Two-die block gets the push on Argthil. 1 second to go. That'll be the turn. Turn 16 for the Masters of MAML. They need a blitz on the ball carrier to knock down the ball carrier. Then they need somebody to get in on the ball, and then they need to throw it to either Trapjaw or the Sorceress. Duncan, also a viable option, but man, it's so tough. Duncan has sure hands, so I'm sorry, Duncan has strip ball, right? Yeah, strip ball. Masters of MAML need to score this turn. They're going with the dodge blitz on the ball carrier. Here's the uphill two-die blitz. It's just gonna be a push. That is not gonna be enough. The Dinnerbell Darlings are gonna win this one 1-0. What a hard-fought game by both coaches. Well played by both. I think at this point the Masters of MAML just run their players away and keep them safe. Wow, what a game. Neither team can score at this point. Two-die block against White. Burp would be a push. Frenzy follow-up into a two-die. Another push. I would have dodged her away. I wouldn't want her to take a block in 16. Put another one in the win column for the Dinnerbell Darlings. They're going to go 19-0-1 on the season. 2-0-0 for the competition. The Dinnerbell Darlings will be 2-0-0, but they will only advance into second place. The Arendelle Icebreakers, with a TD differential of 3. The Dinnerbell Darlings are not going to beat that with a TD diff of 2. That's going to put them in second. Yeah, you can see El Nubariner running away his players. Really well fought by both these coaches. El Nubarino gave it his all and almost had it. Couldn't quite pull it off. Failed off to the tackle. Really, really well played. Final turn of the ball game. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 blocks and a blitz to take. Hands off to the coleslaw so we can get some SPP. That'll be the game. 1-0. The Dinnerbell Darlings are going to take this one. Butch Casserole, the MVP for the Dinnerbell Darlings. Trapjaw, the MVP for the Masters of MAML. You can see the Dinnerbell Darlings held onto this ball for most of the game. You'll often see Dwarven teams have the ball for about half the game. They're just so resilient. And on their half, they tend to keep the ball. SPP for the evening. Not a whole lot. 10 for the Dinnerbell Darlings. Just 7 for the Masters of MAML. Excellent, excellent game. And as you can see, that is the last game of the week. There are actually 4 games today. The other 2 either were played or are being played as we speak. After that, week 3 is going to begin. Scheduling for that for our coaches will begin tomorrow. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to those schedules on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club. Here on Twitch, or on our social media pages on Twitter, Mastodon, and Facebook. You can listen to our podcast, Mammal Talk, and watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl. Where else can you beat up on Kevin Bacon in a game of football? You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 2 and Blood Bowl 3 on Steam and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. Until week 3, everybody, Take care and enjoy the rest of your Monday evening.